Hello, welcome back. In this video, I will talk about building team as the next evolution of my system in managing my rental property business. In the last video, I talked about going from managing one floor to owning the entire building and managing three floors and nine tenants. I was using pen and paper to manage tenants, payments, and maintenance requests. And it was getting difficult to keep track of things because I frequently had to deal with my non readable handwritings, scratches, and lots of papers. That's when I started to switch to Excel, moving my tracking from the physical world into the digital one. There were some difficulties and limitations of Excel as well because of some manual updates that it required me to do. But overall, it really helped me and made me a lot more efficient with its searchability, automation, in allowing me to do analysis and a lot of different things. The good news was business continued to go well, and I was able to go from having or owning one building to buying the two other buildings next door and continue to grow my business. I had a great process and a great tool. However, I realized that I was juggling too many things. I spent so much time working. I was the single point of failure. I couldn't really take time off. I could not get sick because everything was dependent on me. My old process of I'll handle things as they come was no longer an option. The biggest bottleneck was not the spreadsheet, was not the process, it was me. I realized that to grow, I couldn't just have a system for my process and tool. I also had to upgrade my system of people. I needed help. I hired Jim to be my property manager for one of the buildings. Suddenly, my simple one person system became a multiplayer system, and this changed everything. Now, my system had to account for new complexities. How could Jim and I communicate? How would he know what to do? What would happen if he or I took a day off? There has to be new processes in place, such as division of work, communication, and understanding each other's expertise. In terms of division of work, we had to clearly define who was responsible for what. Jim would manage his building, and I would manage the others. My old system of texts and calls were too messy. We needed a better way to share updates and information. He had his own expertise and perspective. My new system needed to have a way to benefit from his ideas and expertise. The system for people is an important one because the interaction between people, process, and tool is the key to productivity. My system now had to be built to support Jim and I, not just the properties. Moving to a team meant that my focus had to shift from purely managing tasks to managing people and the interactions between us. A system for collaboration is just as important as a system for payments. So, how did we build that system for people? And what are the foundational principles of a good system that can grow and change with a team? In the next video, I will be wrapping up this introductory series by defining what a complete system looks like before we dive into the new series about team collaboration.